Hi everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today we're going to be doing some painting on denim and some really simple collage as well. So working in my denim journal, I am going in with some paint straight onto the denim, which is kind of unusual for me because I usually put a little bit of gesso down first to get really bright colors, but in all honesty you can still get some amazing colors by putting paint directly onto your page. So I'm going through and popping a little bit of a rainbow color straight across my page, about 2/3 up my page, so just to give that a little bit of a horizon line. And then I'm going in with a paint scraper and scraping it down on an old gift card, making sure I've got all my paint off, so as I go along I'm not mixing the colours because I wanted them to stay as bright as possible. And when I finished doing that, I really liked it, but I actually wanted to extend the line up again. So I did exactly the same again putting out sort of same amount of paint so that I could turn my page around and create this sort of really abstracty rainbow background. Something really simple to play with. Oops, I've just started to landslide, sorry. So again, going through, for this I'm using my Dina Wakley acrylic paints. Any acrylic paints will work to do this, but just because these are a little bit thicker bodied, you just get that really intense colour. It's a little bit more opaque as well, I find. And I just really enjoy the colours. So I am a bit of a Dina fan, I have to say. A lot of people ask me why I don't use different acrylics. It's just because I like the consistency, I like the opacity, and I like the colours. And they're easy for me to get. I know lots of people have got lots of amazing acrylic paints that they can get more easily with art shops and stuff, but where I live, my closest craft shop is an hour away. My closest art shop's about 3 hours away, so I make do with what I've got. So as I'm going in to dry my page. Now, if you're working on denim or any material, fabric, sorry, I'll get in trouble for that, it does take a little bit longer to dry. And I just wanted to make sure it was dry because I was actually going to collage over the top. So usually I'm not too concerned if it's damp to the touch, but because I actually wanted to glue some stuff on top of it, I wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to come off. So just be aware of that. I'm sure a lot of you out there are much more patient than me and wouldn't try and do all of this at the same time. I have no patience, so it just all gets done. So I'm just using some vintage music as a little bit of a base. And again, I'm sort of sticking to that horizon line. And this is what I'm going to base my collage on. So it's really important when you're doing anything, but particularly with collage, that it's grounded, which means it's attached to the edges in some way, shape or form. It's not just floating in the middle. And that sometimes is what a few people get a little bit lost with. They look at their collage and go, oh, I've done exactly the same, but it doesn't look right. And it's usually because it's actually just floating in midair, and our brain automatically wants to connect, you know, things to something, to the ground, you know, that sense of gravity we all have. So look for connections to the edges, whether it's, you know, artificial like this one being the piece of music, or actually like in the left hand side page there where I've got her body but it's touching the ground or the bottom of the page, so it makes you think that yes, she's got legs down there. It does make sense. So I've got these Tim Holtz Paperdolls ladies that are sitting up there. Again, you know, they're sitting in thin air, but by having that piece of music to sit on, it makes you feel like they're actually sitting on a bench or something. And now I'm going in with a chipboard quote. Again, this is from Tim Holtz. They are quite thick because they're obviously chipboard, so I tend to peel off the printed bit and stick it down so it's not quite as thick on my page. And again, I'm just using the same stuff to glue it down, which is a type of PVA glue. It's really quick drying. Then I'm going in with some washi tape heights. So you can see it on that left hand side page too. When I've got figures on my page, I like putting heights on them. I don't know why, it's just something I do. I just like how it sort of ties together, and these little washi heights are just really fantastic for that. So quick and easy, you can just sort of tear them up and stick them down and it's done. Well, or you can play around with them trying to get the right shape, one or the other, it's all good. So once I've done that, I'm just sort of having a look again and seeing if I'm happy with it. If, you know, needs more, you can see me tapping my fingers there. Quite often when I do a page like this, I actually really like this page, but because it didn't take me very long to do, I was like, is it actually really finished or not? So I was just playing around with it a little bit. So I decided it needed some splatter on it, because a lot of my stuff wants splatter on it. So I was just going through, got my fan brush, and I'm just generally splattering over the page. I was trying to mask off my little ladies so they didn't get completely covered. And now I'm going back in and sort of doing that top area. I find adding splatter to a page is sort of like a bit of a unifying force to it. It just makes it look, it's kind of organic because you can't plan when it's going to go, but because it's going everywhere, it kind of makes everything tie together. So then I just gave up on the masking and actually tried to be a bit more deliberate, and as long as it didn't really land on their faces, I didn't really mind if I got a bit of splatter on the ladies. The good thing about it is you can see here, if there was any that actually got on them, I just used a wet wipe and wiped it away. That's one of the good things about acrylic paint and acrylic inks and your iPad. If you get it on while it's still wet, you can remove it. If you do get it on your iPad or your phone or anything like that and it dries, a bit of hand sanitizer, either a spray or a gel over the top, and it will come off, so it's not ruined forever. So here's a close-up of a very, very simple page. This did not take me long at all. I think it took me a grand total of 15-20 minutes maybe, and that was including all the drying time. And really, really simple, but it's a bright and vibrant page, and the great thing about this design in particular is it's something you could very easily translate into a card or a scrapbook page really, really easily. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you got something out of that. Until next time, bye for now.